Hey sword fans, I have something quite fun to show you today. It is possibly one of the most exceptional Tulwars I have ever handled, and it is so nice that it sold before it even hit my website. It got shown to a few people and someone snapped it up, and I can see why. The moment I saw this, and the person who helped me clean it up saw this, the wonderful Matthew Ford, who I work with quite a lot, we fell in love with this sword, and we are actually quite sad to see it go, but it is just exceptional. This is an Afghan style tulwar with a pattern welded Mughal blade. The identifying markings on it to make it Afghan are these floral Quion terminals and the style of silverwork. You see this occasionally, but if I get in really close, you can see these sections are raised. I have an example of this on a relic Afghan tulwar, so there you can see the raised sections. That needs to be cleaned up. But yeah, you don't see it that often, and you very rarely see it in good condition because they are adhered to the hilt. They're not carved out, they are attached with a chemical process. Very similar to Koftgari, but on a much larger scale. As you can see, this hilt also is covered in silver Koftgari, and the blade is Mughal in style with this wonderful, there you go, you can see that false edge there, with it just has some of the cleanest lines I've ever seen on a tulwar. The blade is also pattern welded. The pattern doesn't really show up on camera, and being a pattern welded sword, the pattern can fade over time after etching. And also, yes, there we go. What's quite interesting is the Parasol Mark. The Parasol Mark is a Persian armory marking, and it's often faked. It's often faked with gold Kafgari. I've seen in the collector's market, like for pieces for sale, I've seen maybe 50 to 60 of these parasols, and I would say maybe 10, around a dozen that I've seen are definitely original. And this one is one of the originals. It is black Indian lacquer and engraved by hand. It's not like jammed in there with gold. Some of the gold ones are real, but a lot of them are a bit. And yeah, it's just wonderful to see. This sword has all the features of a wonderful high-end Afghan tulwar, or Afghan style. This sword is almost definitely Mughal. It is 18th century on the earlier end, and just quite a rare, fun thing to see. I'm going to show you that hilt. Don't worry, I will be cleaning this sword after I've handled the blade. Get my lovely face in there too. And I just thought, since not many swords of this quality are seen online, I thought I'd show you. Because as you can see, the blade has a slight broadening towards the tip. It has a false edge that starts there. It's been sharpened as well, which is quite nice. It has such smooth lines of a fuller, so fine that you can barely see it. And the hilt is a little bit small for me, otherwise I may have considered keeping it. But otherwise, it is just an exceptional sword. The only thing that would have made this an even more valuable sword is gold, which I don't really go for. I like silver swords. And if it was signed or had a funkier hilt. But as far as rare examples of a knuckle bow tulwar, this is up there. This is one of the best ones that I've handled that has just felt good. Well, I will have one more showing of this sword, and then I will end this rather quick sword profile. which usually lasts for about 10 minutes because I just ramble. And I will be doing more videos on Tulwars because I have quite a few fun Indian swords in stock. But for now, hope you enjoyed. Take it easy, sword fans.